welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we apprise you with the recent important legal developments across the country. Here are the headlines. Day 11 of the Supreme Court hearing pleas challenging the abrogation of Article 370. Supreme Court asked Attorney General to look into the suspension of lecturer who was suspended days after appearing as petitioner in the Article 370 case. Delhi High Court takes suo moto cognizance of the case relating to minors' rape by Delhi government official. Madras High Court directs centre and state to draft rules to regulate matrimonial websites. Advocate K. Parameshwar appointed Additional Advocate General of Uttar Pradesh. Now let's take a detailed look at the headlines. A 5-judge constitution bench of the Supreme Court, comprising the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, along with Justice S.K. Kaul, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice B.R. Gavai and Justice Suryakant, heard the pleas challenging the abrogation of Article 370 for the 11th day today. The said article bestowed a special status to the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. The hearing in the matter began on August 2nd, and so far the arguments of the petitioners have been heard by the Apex Court. And on the previous date of hearing, the Union government commenced its arguments. The Attorney General of India R. Venkatramani appeared before the Apex Court and submitted that the removal of Article 370 had become imperative to preserve the integrity of the nation and for the uniform application of the Indian Constitution to all states. The AG said the long history of internal disturbances, lack of availability of real measures of rights and justice are matters that can be legitimately taken into account for paving the paths for due course rearrangement. No person can have a vested right in favor of a perennial state of unrest, and all instruments of law which have not subserved peace and justice have no inherent right to exist or continue. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta also argued on the last date of hearing. He took the bench through the history of Jammu and Kashmir and the instrument of accession, and highlighted that signing a merger agreement was not mandatory for all states to be fully integrated with India. He continued with his arguments today and highlighted that there were several other states that became part of the dominion of India without signing a merger agreement. He also submitted that Jammu and Kashmir Constitution was subordinate to the Indian Constitution and that the said Article 370 is a self-extinguishing provision and it was treated as a temporary provision during the subsequent parliamentary proceedings. The CJI agreed with the SG on the point that the Constitution of India is a document which lies in higher platform than the J&K Constitution. But he disagreed on the argument that the J&K Constituent Assembly was a legislative assembly and remarked that this argument may not be correct since Article 238 brought subjects under the fold of the state only after the approval of the Constituent Assembly. So calling it merely a legislative assembly may not be correct. The Supreme Court today asked the Attorney General R. Venkatramani and Solicitor General Tushar Mehta to look into the suspension of Zahoor Ahmad Bhatt, a lecturer from Jammu and Kashmir who appeared before the Apex Court as a petitioner in the case challenging the abrogation of Article 370 on August 24th. The issue was flagged by Senior Advocate Kapil Sibbal, who highlighted that the lecturer took 2 days leave to appear before the court, and on going back he found out that he was suspended from the educational institution. Mr. Sibbal said, "This is unfair. I am sure the AG will look into it." The CJI D.Y. Chandrachud then directed the AG to look into the matter. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta interjected and said that he has seen newspaper reports and that what is reported may not be the whole truth. The CJI then asked the Attorney General to get in touch with the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and see what happened and why the petitioner was suspended just a day after his appearance before the top court. A division bench of the Delhi High Court, comprising the Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Sanjeev Narula, today took suo moto cognizance of the allegations of rape of a minor against a senior government official in Delhi. The allegations against Premode Khaka, who is an officer of the Department of Women and Child Development under the Delhi government, were made by a 16-year-old girl. The minor was undergoing treatment at St. Stephen's Hospital in Delhi and narrated the ordeal to her therapist. The victim revealed that the rapes occurred in 2020 and 2021 when she was living at the residence of Khaka, who she addressed as uncle, after the victim's father passed away. Khaka has also been accused of sexual harassment previously by 4 women, Khaka and his wife have been arrested and charges under the Prevention of Children from Sexual Offences Act have been invoked against Khaka, and his wife has been booked for allegedly giving the victim abortion pills. The High Court of Madras has directed the Union and the Tamil Nadu state government to draft rules to regulate matrimonial websites. The direction came as the court was hearing an anticipatory bail application moved by one Prasanna alias Chakravarti, who is accused of cheating more than 17 women on a matrimonial site by posing as a doctor working in the United Kingdom. He allegedly conned women, including a doctor, from whom he took gold jewelry and 68 lakhs in cash. Justice R.M.T. Tikaraman, who was hearing the matter, rejected the application for anticipatory bail and directed the state government to form a committee to frame appropriate guidelines and regulations. The court also highlighted that production of documentary proof should be mandatory for registering on such websites. Advocate K. Parameshwar has been appointed the Additional Advocate General to represent the state of Uttar Pradesh before the Supreme Court. Advocate Parameshwar graduated from Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad in the year 2007. He has been practicing before the top court ever since and has been an amicus curiae in various important cases, including the case against manual scavenging. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum. And subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.